Now on CBS 12 News this morning, tornado rips through parts of Louisiana, leaving behind a path of destruction. We'll show you brand new video of the damage coming into our newsroom.
It's a very dangerous intersection. There have been multiple accidents here.
4 students are in the hospital after a driver loses control and crashes into them at a bus stop. Ahead, the history behind this dangerous intersection and the growing calls from parents for more safety measures.
And then more than a month since a senior citizen fell to her death from a drawbridge, and the accused bridge tenders fired this morning. Who else is off the job connected to this case? CBS 12 News this morning at 6 starts now.
You're watching CBS 12 News this morning.
Well, this morning, crews will be out surveying the damage a large destructive tornado left behind in Louisiana. Good morning, I'm Matt Lincoln.
I'm Ashley Glass. Right now, we know at least one person died. Multiple people are hurt this morning. You're seeing some of the damage behind us right now. I want to get a closer look here. The new video coming into our newsroom. This is in Arabi, about 15 minutes from New Orleans. You can see a lot of debris here. Cars flipped over, roofs torn off here, power lines are down. This was part of an outbreak of severe storms across the Deep South.
We have team coverage for you this morning. Meteorologist Lauren Lesky will tell us the impacts Florida will get from these storms.
But we want to get straight to Sam at the live desk. All that new video coming in overnight. Sam, it's really bad.
Yeah, Matt and Ashley, most of what we are seeing this morning is just devastating. And one of the hardest hit areas is from that video we just saw moments ago. But we do have even more video from overnight in Arabi just coming into our live desk this morning. Take a look here. This school bus flipped over on its side, windshield shattered. It looks like it was thrown into the front yard of that home there. Now we have more video, and this one really shows the magnitude of the tornado as it touched down last night, quickly sweeping through the southeast part of Louisiana. We've got some more video here. In this one, you can see more damage, power lines, debris all over the ground. Officials say some homes in the iconic French Quarter were lifted off the ground. One man who was inside his house as the tornado came through says he held on to his son as their home came down around them.
Here, and the house started shaking, and then when it pulled the roof off, it was actually I was sheltering him, and then it was pulling me off the ground. And I pushed him down, and my feet came off the ground a little bit, and then it was gone, and then I dropped.
It's just unbelievable to hear his story there. Thankfully, he and his son are okay, just shaken up, of course. But there are several reports of people who were hurt during the storm. This morning, the National Weather Service tweeted that it is sending several survey teams to assess the damage to determine the strength of the tornado. And as soon as we have that answer, we'll make sure to update you. Matt and Ashley.
A remarkable story that man has. So thankful that he and his son are alive here. Lauren, very powerful images here. What weather impacts can we expect from these storms here at home?
So the good news is that as this cold front continues to move east, it's going to weaken. So when it gets to us, we're just dealing with a few showers and thunderstorms, none of which will really become severe. I'll give you a wider look right now. There's that entire front. You can see storms extending all the way from eastern Tennessee, moving into North Carolina right now. And then this line of rain and storms extends down into the Florida Panhandle. Today, we do have the possibility to see some rain. We've got a southwest wind under this boundary, so it's going to bring a few isolated thunderstorms then. Then tomorrow morning, we start to see that front move south. This is 4:30, just before that. In the afternoon on your Thursday, a few scattered showers and storms. And then most of the activity is done as we head into the evening. Now, early Friday morning, we could wake up to some cloud coverage, maybe a little isolated shower or two, and then our skies are dry out there for the second half of Friday, and your weekend looks really nice also. Mid-80s out there by the afternoon today. It's going to be a warm one for us. We do get cooler heading into the weekend. A closer look at that is ahead. Ashley, Matt.
All right, Lauren, thank you. This morning, 4 students from Royal Palm Beach High School are in the hospital after they were hit by a car while waiting for the school bus. This happened along Crestwood Boulevard, right in front of the entrance of the Estates of Royal Palm Beach community yesterday morning. And that is where we find CBS 12 News' Kara Duffy. Kara, a lot of people we spoke with in that area know this is a very dangerous intersection.
Matt, people who live in this community tell us speeding has been a big problem here for quite some time. In fact, some people had already been asking the village to install some sort of stoplight here at the intersection. But if you take a look behind us here, you can see that never happened. And also keep in mind, this accident happened just before 7 o'clock yesterday morning. So with the clocks dropping back an hour recently, well, that means more kids right now than ever have been essentially waiting in the bus stop in the dark here. It's a big problem. I want you to take a look now, though, at this intersection during the daylight. Again, we're talking about Crestwood Boulevard and Cypress Lake Drive. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says the students were waiting here at the bus stop when a driver lost control of his car, drove up onto the sidewalk, and slammed into the teens. We checked with the Palm Beach County Engineering and Public Works Department, and they tell us there have been at least 10 accidents at this intersection, and that was just last year alone.
We need a light at the intersection or some kind of arrow pointing in to get in. I am devastated for the people.
Somebody's going to get killed here one of these days at this intersection. We've asked for a light to be put up.
All 4 teens were rushed to the hospital with serious and critical injuries and continue to fight for their lives this morning. As for the driver behind the wheel who hit them, we're told it was a 57-year-old Royal Palm Beach man. Investigators have not yet said if alcohol or drugs played a factor in this crash. Of course, the investigation far from over. Matt, Ashley, still a lot of unanswered questions this morning.
All right, Kara, it's 6:06 right now. This morning, authorities are investigating the death of a Treasure Coast mother and her twin toddlers. Investigators say they were found dead inside a car in Melbourne. That's about an hour north of St. Lucie County. They identified the mother as 35-year-old Andrea Langhorst. Investigators believe the family was living in their car, but it's unclear how they died.
And this morning, we are learning the names of the 2 workers who were killed in a construction accident in Boynton Beach. Police say 32-year-old Jeremias Mendez and 25-year-old Eduardo Cruz Moran died when a wall collapsed on them at the Riverwalk Plaza. That's on East Woolbright Road and U.S. Highway 1. Police say a crane holding up the wall gave way. Federal investigators with OSHA are now looking into exactly what happened.
6:07 now. This morning, we're learning the bridge tender accused of raising a drawbridge that led to the death of a 79-year-old woman in West Palm Beach has been fired from the job. Artishua Polk is charged with manslaughter by culpable negligence after police say she failed to check the bridge for cars or people before lifting it. Polk's supervisor has also been fired, who's her mother-in-law, by the way. And court documents show the supervisor told Polk to lie during her interview with police. Right now, the supervisor is not facing any charges.
Our 6:08 to a live look at Miami Beach, where tonight dozens of restaurants and bars will have to close their doors at midnight. Miami Beach leaders extended a curfew to help ease some of the spring break chaos following 2 shootings over the weekend. Curfew goes into effect at midnight and then goes through 6 a.m. each day until Monday. It was originally supposed to run just through Saturday. City leaders also voted to allow the city manager to stop liquor stores from selling alcohol in that area.
This morning, President Biden's headed to Belgium for the NATO summit, where he will join a European Council meeting. He's expected to announce new sanctions against Russia, too. Right now, major items that Ukraine wants: establishing a no-fly zone or providing fighter jets. That all appears to be off the table for now. The president's also expected to travel to Poland, and the White House says he will not visit Ukraine.
Let's take a live look now at the nation's capital, where President Biden's Supreme Court nominee will face another round of questioning before her confirmation hearings wrap up. In just hours, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will be back in the hot seat after being grilled by lawmakers for 12 hours yesterday. A lot of the questions focused on judicial philosophy and her record as a public defender, specifically on her handling of child sex offenders. Democrats are hoping to finish her confirmation process before Congress leaves for Easter recess. They're hoping she'll be able to join the Supreme Court by the middle of next month.
6:09 is the time. This morning, the winners have been declared in 2 mayoral runoff elections in Palm Beach County. The hotly contested Jupiter mayor's race ended in a runoff between 2 of the 3 candidates. So Elon Coffer, who had the most votes during the general election, fell short this time in the runoff. Jim Koretsky won with more than 55% of the overall vote. He told voters he wants to limit development and protect Jupiter's waterways and seagrass. And then in Riviera Beach this morning, incumbent Mayor Ronnie Felder won over former City Councilwoman Billy Brooks with more than 60% of the total vote here. Felder says he plans to improve public safety and launch a citizens review board to improve the relationship between residents and police.
6:10 still ahead. Disney workers take a stand, walking off the job over the new controversial legislation. Next, new statements coming in from some big companies speaking out about the state's so-called Don't Say Gay bill.
Plus, the governor making headlines once again this morning. This time he's facing major backlash for accusing a transgender athlete of fraud. That full story in 5 minutes.